in sales or in business, sometimes when you're someone who reads like a lot of books, or you're very an intellectual type of person, sometimes when you're stuck, you think you need like a new strategy to break through your plateaus. And that can be the case, but today I want to talk about why that can actually be something that can be holding you back. Because sometimes it's not that you need a new strategy. Sometimes you already kind of know and feel the problems you are dealing with. You feel it in your mind. You can just feel it like in your body, or maybe even spiritually. You just kind of know what's holding you back, either personally or in your business. And I think that's what this video is about. And this happened to me recently because I've been struggling a little bit recently in my business, and then I was thinking, I need these new coaches, I need these books, I need all of that. And sure, all these things help, but when I just made some time for myself to just focus on my actual business and focus on feeling and understanding what's actually holding me back, not looking to external sources to try and understand that, but being more like reflective of yourself, but also of your business, right? I can just feel that in my sales meetings, for example, I needed more positive energy. I needed to believe in my offer. I needed to find a way to believe in the prospects and to keep things positive. And so let's say something like that is holding you back, what are you going to do? Reading a new strategy, that could help, but my point is, like, in that case, oftentimes it's just better to feel it out, where it's coming from, in your mind, in your body, what's holding you back, right? And you can't really put that into words, not really. You just need to feel it out and sense it. And then when you put your focus on the areas that you are struggling with, right, and you put your focus there again, instead of putting your focus on external sources, then you're actually dealing with the things that are holding you back. And you put your energy back into the right places, and that's going to create progress. So your problem isn't going to be solved right away, but my point is, when you put your focus and your energy in the right places, then you're going to start making progress, and you're going to start moving in the right direction. And that's what I already felt like when I'm doing my recent sales meetings. So I was putting my focus more like on the prospect, like what are the problems that he is actually dealing with, and how can I actually create a good connection with that person when I'm on a sales call. Because that's also an issue, right? Let's say you're on a sales call and your mind is like everywhere and you're not really focused. It's not going to work. You need to focus on the person, and you need to focus also on the problem that he has. So very important to put your focus in the right place. And also, I guess my point is, like, don't be too dependent on external sources, because they can be great. I think they can be a valuable source of knowledge and improvement. But at the end of the day, I would say half or even more than half of your progress is always going to be made by focusing on yourself, focusing on your business, focusing on the problems that you're actually dealing with, right? Because when you're learning from external sources, you're like learning about things that may not directly contribute to the problems that you have at the moment, or the issues in your business. So that can really help when you put your focus in the right place. You make time for yourself and you focus on the right things. That's what really helps. There is a limit to that, there is a limit to that, because there will be points when you can do that too much. Well, let's say you just kind of are really reflective about yourself and really reflective about your business for like several months or a year or even several years. Now at that point, it might become useful, very useful for you to also look at external sources again, look at new books, new courses, new mentors you can learn from. And that might be a refreshing way to grow and also an efficient way to grow as well. But you need a balance, and you also need feel out what you actually need in the moment, right? You need to feel out where is your head. If your head is a mess, you need to get back, get the focus back. And when you have the focus, now you can start to see what are the things that are holding me back, and you can start to see it more clearly. Because if you eat like a mess, if you sleep like a mess, if you don't take care of your health, or if you're just in a situation that is too difficult, that is causing you to go everywhere mentally, then you're not going to have the focus you need. And some situations are like that. Like sometimes it is like that. It's very chaotic. Sometimes are like that. And I do think you can learn from that. But I do also believe that eventually, most of the time, you do want to get back to focus. You do want to get back to reflective and analyze, goal setting, figuring out things. That's what I believe, both in sales and in business. So guys, that was the video. Check out my next video if you want. Let me know if this was helpful. I will see you guys next time. Cheers.